All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And it's the brother Rock from GMS Dallas and the brother
Tasharakwa Ma.
Kind. And, again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the Akim and the Akwaf that have returned to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Shai. All right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, and in this lesson, we wanted to touch on, all right, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because when you read the scriptures, and a matter of fact, even written within the law, right, it talks about, honor thy father and thy mother. Mm-hmm. So reverencing, your elders, all right, and in this case, our progenitors, all right, is a major part, of this truth, acknowledging, your elders and your progenitors and understanding, what exactly they did for you, and the legacy that they left behind.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And a matter of fact, we can really, I'm gonna grab something real quick.
And I'll just speak on, because you have to know where you came from to know where you're going. Okay? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, which he has given our progenitors everything at the beginning, so we can receive it in the latter days, which we are in the latter days. All right? Mm-hmm. Baba Kushai, you said you had a precept?
And I just wanted to start off with this because, we brothers know this already, but it just needs to be emphasized, that salvation is specifically for the nation of Israel.
That's right.
And when we say the nation of Israel, all right, we're talking about the seed of Abraham, Isaac, all right, through Jacob, all right, and the 12, patriarchs.
Which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right, of Negroid descent.
Right. Right.
But you got it.
Right. So this is Isaiah 45:17. It says, "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." And I wanted to open up with that because, again, that point needs to be reiterated over and over and over again. All right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not coming to deliver or to save any other group of people. All right? And it all goes back ultimately to the covenant or the alliance, that the Heavenly Father, had established with Abraham, going all the way back to Genesis, about 13 through 17.
Okay.
When you get that history. It all started with, Abraham. Ultimately, it goes back even further to Adam, all right, and the sons of God, and that legacy as well. All right, but Abraham was a major flashpoint, if you will, all right, in that chosen seed returning, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Because Abraham means father of the multitude, mm-hmm, right? So he was the starting point. That's why even the heathens say we all come of Abraham, mm-hmm, or we all come of Adam, but it's like it. And through Abraham signified the starting point of the line of the Israelites. Okay, that was the start point of okay, even though it was given unto Abraham, given unto Adam, mm-hmm, for the beginning, mm-hmm, but this line specifically went through Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. Mm-hmm. All right, but without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into the scriptures.
Okay. Are you holding anything you want to bring out?
No, Baba Shai, you got it.
Okay. I'm going to start off with, matter of fact, let's go ahead and go to Genesis. We can go to Genesis. I'll get Genesis chapter 15.
Okay.
And matter of fact, let me start. Yeah, I can start at 15.
Start at 15:1.
Yeah, I'll start Genesis 15:1. And after these, it says, and after these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward.
Whoa, hold on. That's a lot right there. Baba Kushai, could you read that again?
Gone. Genesis 15:1. It says, After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision.
So Yahweh Shemi Shai sent Abram a vision. All right? And in that vision, he said, what?
So like it.
No, you call it a while about.
It says, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward.
So he said, no, hey, don't be afraid, because he was basically taken to a spiritual domain, and he was afraid because he didn't know what kind of dream that he was going to have. All right? But he says, hey, don't be afraid. I am thy shield. I am your protector. All right? That reminds me of that Ecclesiasticus 51. I'm gonna read the first verse, Baba Kushai, if I may. So I can. Because with Yahweh Shemi Shai being our defender, he is our strong tower. He is what we run into and is safe. All right. So for you Jakes out there, for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are out there that are walking through this world, but you believe in the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai, you have a protector that is willing to protect you through all these said perils. All right. So I'm gonna go. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 51. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "For thou art my defender, my helper, and my and has preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue." It says, "And from the lips that forge lies, and has been mine helper against mine adversaries." So with Yahweh Shemi Shai stating to Abram that he is his defense, from all said perils. And then on top of that, he says his great reward. All right, so that means that Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to defend him from everything in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of his life, or his whole existence, because just like he protects Abram, he's going to protect his seed. All right, and that's why the blessing was passed down from Abraham, Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes, unto us to this day. But Baba Kushai, you got it.
You wanted to go back to Genesis 51 because actually I was wondering you want to start at go back to 12.
Hey, Baba Kushai.
That's really what I meant to start with, Salakia.
You got it. It's all you.
And this is Genesis 12:1. It says, "Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee." Right? And I wanted to grab that because Abraham's walk, or Abraham's story is very similar to our story. All right? We have been called to spiritually abandon Babylon the Great. And not only, spiritually abandon Babylon the Great, but in most cases, Akim have forsaken all things, forsaken, family, all right, whatever careers or things that they had going. We have been called, out of those things, all right, into the ministry, into serving, the Akim, serving Yahweh Shemi Shai.
Good. And even those things that we were world class at, all right, Yahweh Shemi Shai has given us a better reward, by seeking after his word diligently. Okay? But Baba Kushar, you got it.
Khan, this is Genesis 12 and verse 1 again, and keep going. It says, Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. Right? And it tells us also, when you go into the history that, his father, was an idol worshiper.
Khan.
Right? Also paralleling, with us before we came into this truth.
Khan.
But let me keep going. Verse 2. It says, And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing, right? And that great nation we know is talking about the nation of Israel, all right? Not that was the only nation that came out of his loins, right? Because we know, the Ishmaelites came out as well.
Yeah.
All right, but this, the main character in the movie, all right, is Yahweh Shai first and foremost.
That's right.
All right, but the main, characters are, centers around the nation of Israel, not the fucking Ishmaelites.
And just to say, as well, going on the same topic, with the elect, the extras was made too. Mm-hmm. All right, and right. Elam, Ishmael, all those were extras. Mm-hmm. All right, that came forth, to serve the elect that was going to come out of the same loins.
Right.
All right, because Abraham had what, seven sons, and with that, came out a whole nation of people, which the elect nation is the nation of Israel. Mm-hmm. But you got it.
Khan, this verse 3, and then we can go back. Genesis 12 and 3, it says, And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Right? But that will only happen, all right, through Israel, through the nation of Israel being put into their
proper place,
right? Their rightful position, all right, which is above all the other nations.
There it is.
All right,
let's get
according
that.
To the scriptures.
Let's get that in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. I'll pull it out.
Okay.
All right, this is spirit. Went right to it. Actually, I'll pull this one and Deuteronomy 14 and 2. Yeah. Just to make sure there isn't no blemishes or no blots. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It says, For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh by Shemi Shai thy power. Yahweh by Shemi Shai thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Because the nation of Israel was made specifically, especially through the line of Shem. Whenever Noah's three sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right, the nation of Israel was meant to hold the name of Yahweh by Shemi Shai. All right, but yet everything that comes with it as well.
Yep.
All right, and I'll pull that 14 real quick because it goes into it a little bit more. This is Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. It says, For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh by Shemi Shai thy power, and Yahweh by Shemi Shai has chosen thee to be a particular people. So he has chosen the nation of Israel to be separate from the rest of the world because they are better than the rest of the world. All right, they were set on par to lead the rest of the world to Yahweh by Shemi Shai. All right, and they can't get it. All right, but it was given unto us. The nation of Israel, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, and of Negroid descent, scattered around the four corners of the earth, all right, because you can still be a Jake and look like another nation, all right, but it's because of your father's seed tying back to the progenitors that we're speaking upon right now.
Right.
You got something?
That's a heavy point that you made. I want to expound upon that a little bit because, again, like we're saying, being an Israelite is not about being black.
No, not at all.
It's about, all right, who your fathers go back to, right? And we know that, literally we are the actual descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But the only way that you can take heed to that is if you have faith.
Yep, if you believe.
Right? Faith is the key ingredient to this entire thing. Without the faith, this is, it's irrelevant.
And it's beautiful that you say that because it was through Abraham's faith.
Right.
It was through Abraham's faith that he received these beautiful rewards that is going to be passed down unto you. That's okay? Right. And so even though you're going through the bullshit that you is in this society, which this society isn't kind of for shit, all right? But in the kingdom to come, you're going to receive those same fruits, those same rewards. Whether you have to be born into the kingdom, and if you cross over, through with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, you're gonna know. And hey, Salakia, you got it.
Nah, brother, nah, we gotta hop into that Hebrews 11 now. Let's go ahead and hop into that. This is Hebrews chapter 11.
But hold on, Bob, could I finish this out? This is back in Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and thy power, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai has chosen thee to be a particular people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the face of the earth. Well, so like that are upon the earth. Deuteronomy 7:6 said face of the earth. So like it. But just to finish that out, but you can get that Hebrews.
This is Hebrews 11:8 because, through the Spirit, I knew the Spirit was going to take us to faith because that's what this thing is all about.
Yeah.
That was our way back. That was Abraham's way back. Going all the way back then. Faith was his way back. And in these times, faith is our way back and it's our way out, all right, of this hellhole.
That's right.
But this is Hebrews 11:8. It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. Right? So again, it starts with the faith, all right, but then it leads into the obedience. And the obedience is what establishes that relationship, of father and son. That's what makes us the sons of God, the faith, and the obedience that comes with it.
And we know these other camps like to call GMS faith-based Israelites. Mm-hmm. And we say, that's right. Because the only way you're going to get this is through faith.
Right.
But, Salaki, you got it. I just wanted to add that little point.
Right. This is Hebrews 11:8 again. It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed.
Mm.
Man,
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of little.
Again, when the Lord called him out, of Ur the Chaldees to make that long journey, all right, to the land, only you had to have faith to do that, to take that journey. You know what I mean? Ooh. If the Lord would have called a damn Ishmael or whoever the fuck he called, it wouldn't have mattered because they didn't have that. They didn't have the faith.
It wasn't given unto them.
It wasn't given unto them.
It wasn't imputed unto them. Right. Just like before the flood. Baba Kushar, hold on. Mm-hmm. Could you pull that Sirach 16 and 7?
Yeah.
Baba Kushar? Because now since we're on the faith tip,
right.
All right, we're gonna go back to the progenitors as well, but read that 16 and 7 because it's gonna hit a point. Mm-hmm. All right, because before the flood, they didn't have faith; they just had the oral law. All right, they were just knowing like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do this so I can stay in proper form, but they didn't believe. Right. All right, read that, Baba Kushah.
This is Sirach chapter 16 verse 7. Mm-hmm. It says, he was not pacified toward the old giants who fell away in the strength of their foolishness.
In the strength of their foolishness, because they didn't have anything tangible to see. All right, So they thought it was a foolish thing to, believe or to have faith. But continue.
It says, neither spared he the place where Lot sojourned, but abhorred them for their pride.
For their pride. All right, because pride leadeth into destruction, right? And the Most High hates pride. All right? Baba Kushan, Salaki. 1 second. Make sure. Con 9. Salaki.
You good?
I just didn't have. Just read 9, Baba Kushan.
Con, Sirach 16:9. It says, he pitied not the people of perdition who were taken away in their sins, nor the 600,000 footmen who were gathered together in the hardness of their hearts.
So Yahweh Shemi Shai didn't care about all those men, because the Apocrypha is written specifically for the nation of Israel. All right, but so like it's written specifically for the nation of Israel. All right, no other nation. Just like it says in that Psalm chapter 147 verse 19, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and commandments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any other nation. So whenever you read that, all those were Jake. Those giants that fell away, that was Jake. Baba Kusha, Baruch 3, or yeah, I'll pull it. Baruch 3 and 27, or 26. Mm-hmm. If you get it first, Baba Kusha, go. Right. I'm new Bible. I still haven't broken in yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Baba Kusha.
Baruch 3 and 26.
Yes.
This is Baruch 3 and 26. It says, there were giants famous from the beginning that were of so great stature and so expert in war.
Now that was Jake, because Jake always was better than the rest of the societies. Right. Other nations. Jake was always the best at everything. Right? And
Genesis 6 chapter goes into that. But that was it.
Nah, because Jacob, he was given, everything plus wisdom, but only the elect was given the wisdom. All right, but read a little bit more, Baba Kushan.
Baruch 3 and 27. It says, those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom, and perished through their own foolishness.
And that was 2/3. So it's the same thing coming back around. All right, Yahweh Shemi Shai has chosen a particular people, to be like unto himself. All right, he didn't choose the whole world. He didn't even choose the whole world of Israel on this side right now, because 2/3 had to be cut off and die, as it says in Zechariah chapter 8, verse 13. But just to say, for proper understanding. All right, because he only gave that to those ones on this side right now that are toiling, or that desire to understand what his word is saying. Okay, but you can go back to that Genesis.
Or Hebrews, you mean?
Yeah, Hebrews.
Salaki. This is Hebrews, the 11th chapter, and I'll start at the 8th verse, or the 9th verse. Actually, I'll start at the top again. It says, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for inheritance, obeyed, and when he went out, not knowing whither he went.
He didn't know where he was gonna go. But doesn't that sound like the 40 years in the desert after coming back,
right,
coming out of Egypt?
Right.
But what did the 2/3 do? That they murmured, all right, and they forsook Yahweh Shemi Shai because he brought them in a place that they didn't know where they were going. Yep. All right, you got it.
Let me bring this out real quick, just because he said that. This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse. I'll start at verse 18. It says, "Of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful," right? Talking about Yahweh Shemi Shai, "and has forgotten the God that formed thee.
God.
Right? And Yahushua specifically, created us, created all things. The Heavenly Father created Yahushua, and then Yahushua created all things. Right? Verse 19, it says, "And when Yahweh saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters." And this is the point of verse 20. "And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith." Right? So again, they also made that journey. They made a journey, all right, because it was a different, journey geographically, right, between the one that Abraham made from Ur of the Chaldees, to the journey that we made coming out of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
But, all right, it was a trial of your faith.
Huh.
And Abraham passed the trial,
If I can pull this real quick, just to add on to what you just read. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 19. It says, "Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continuously upon their ways." Mm-hmm. All right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua was watching them going through this whole trial, and they started bitching up. Right. Verse 20, it says, "None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before Yahweh Shem Yahushua."
Right.
Right. So, but you got it.
We'll go ahead and keep rolling. It says, "By faith," verse 9, Hebrews 11:9. Mm-hmm. It says, "By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in the tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise." Ooh. Right? And that word heirs is really, it's really a shortened word of saying an inheritor. Right?
Yeah, inheritor.
Right? Isaac and Jacob were the inheritance of that very same promise that was made to Abraham. All right? Hence the nation of Israel. Hence the scripture we started off with. All right? Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. All right? That's a fulfillment of the agreement that the Lord made going all the way back then. All right?
Okay, and just to clarify and verify how this is in all three books of the scriptures. It's in Genesis, it's in it's in the Old Testament, it's in the New Testament, and it's also in the Apocrypha. I'm going to pull it real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 44. I'm going to start at verse 19, and read through real quick, if that's okay, or do you want to read it?
No, you got it.
All right.
Me too.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 44, verse 19. It says, "Abraham was a great father of many people, and in glory was there none like unto him." Verse 20, "Who kept the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and was in covenant with him." So he was in a covenant with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lost my train of thought for a little bit. It says, and when he was proved, how was he proved? Through faith. All right. He was found faithful. Verse 21, it says, "Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nation in his seed." All right. And that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars. Okay, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, which is the whole encompass of the world. As you can see back here on everything is yours, Jake.
That's right.
All right. It says, "From sea to sea, and from the rivers unto the utmost parts of the land." So, man, bro, that's a lot. That's a lot, because just like on this side, Esau has everything. He has the engulfed of the whole world under his power. We're going to have everything under our power through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? But verse 23, it says, with Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessings of all men and the covenant. Verse 23, this is the point. It says, and made it rest, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him inheritance, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes did he part them. So, it's like I had to pull that because that's the engulf of everything from Abraham unto Isaac unto Jacob unto the 12 tribes, progenitors, which is Judah, Benjamin, Reuben, Issachar, all of them. Now we get that same blessing. We get that same peace. All right, just like it says in Matthew, we the men that are toiling in this truth, we're searching out for the same penny. We want the same penny. So my pennies are going to be bigger than his. Whether he came in late, he still get the same penny. Whether I came in extra early, I still get the same penny. The elders and the apostles of GMS, that's how everything is, bro. No one's greater than the next brother, either. Just to put that out there, because we're all getting the same reward. But you guys, it's like it.
We'll finish up with this precept right here. This is just the end of the thought in verse 10. It says, talking about Abraham, it says, for he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Right? And that's exactly what we're looking for in these times. All right, we're not looking forward to serving our years in this decrepit ass kingdom, all right, of Babylon the Great,
toiling away in bullshit.
Right,
bro.
We're looking for a kingdom, all right, in which righteousness can flourish, all right, through the implementation of the law, statutes, and commandments. Being on our inward parts, and also that wisdom, being fully activated, so to speak.
Engaged.
Right, engaged. Which is only going to cause nothing but mass, harmony and peace on the planet Earth.
And delight.
For the nation of Israel. Because the rest of the nations are going into slavery.
That's right!
Had to add that in there. You know what I mean? But, we've been a little bit over the time. But it was all through spirit. Giving all praises to Yahweh.
By Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.